Hi folks, Gary here with a quick disclaimer. All of my DIY type videos are for entertainment purposes only. If your project involves an element of risk, it's likely best if you engage the services of a licensed professional. If, however, you lack discernment and have a highly overinflated opinion of your own abilities, well, I certainly welcome you to follow along and I hope you enjoy. Hey everybody, happy 4th of July 2025. Back on the Generac project. I pick away at it a little bit at a time as time allows. Today I'm going to work on piping, hard piping into the Generac, and then if I get that finished, I will be running the underground gas line and connecting on the other end. I think what I'll do first is do a little dry fit that I like to do and figure out if I have all the supplies I need, and then we'll go from there. Because of generator vibration when it's operating, Generac and I guess all generator manufacturers require a flexible hose to be connected because of vibration. But as I pipe into my hard piping, I need to have support for that hard piping. I'm not close to my house. I'm set off from my house. So I have this half-slotted support strut that I'm going to be pounding in. I've got my level and a small handheld sledgehammer. And hopefully I can get that deep enough into the ground. I'm starting at the bottom of the trench. This is a 10-footer, so I can go down a long ways, try to get it really solid below the trench, and then as I fill it in, that will add more stability for me. So we'll move forward with this. Okay, here's my dry fit at the Generac side. Here's a nipple coming off from the pre-installed fitting provided by Generac on the inside of the generator. You can see it's off a little bit at an angle, but that's not going to be a problem at all. I'm just going to leave it as it is. I can't really get a wrench on the inside to twist their fitting, so I'm fine. I'll just come out. I have a 3/4 inch 90, another 3/4 inch nipple, 3/4 inch coupling, and here's their flex line that's provided, and this is provided on account of the vibration that the generator exhibits when it runs. So this is required, and that's provided by Generac. Okay. Then I step up from a 3/4 to a 1 inch. This coupling here, a step up, 1 inch pipe. Okay. Now I have a strut support, half slotted. Okay. And this is a 10-foot strut, and in excess of 3 feet is already underground under the trench line, and when it gets backfilled in, it'll be in excess of 5.5 feet, I would say. And this strut will be chopped off somewhere around here. No need of this, but we'll cut it off somewhere around here. We'll terminate it. Okay. Then we have a 1 inch ball valve, full port, 99 going down, and then we come into a 1 inch union, another length of pipe. These are 2 10-inchers, and then we transition into a 30-inch riser, and then from there we'll go into the flexible gas line that will travel along to the other side of the trench and come up through, and we'll join our meter. So it's very important that you dry fit, especially if you don't do this every day. And I think I'm satisfied, and I'll go ahead and pull things apart and get my tape and my pipe dope out, my wrenches, and solidify all of this. So on this flex line that Generac provides, it's my understanding that these fittings here and here in my hand that I removed, you only tape and or dope the outside threads, not the inside threads, where that's effectively a union. they say not to dope or tape those. That's my understanding. So I'm just sticking with preparing the outside threads. Where I drop a level on my horizontal pipe runs just to try to make the install look a little bit better. So before I tightened up these strut nuts, I dropped a level on this pipe and tried to get it as level as I could, and then away I tightened. Okay, now I've got this ball valve on just hand tight, and I'm getting ready to introduce the wrench. Now I will use a small Stiltson to hold my piping, black iron piping, in place. However, when I turn and tighten this brass ball valve, I'm going to use a crescent wrench. And actually I have two here, a smaller one and a larger one. I'd prefer to use the smaller one, but I don't think it's going to open far enough, the mouse. Yeah, so I'm going to have to go to my larger crescent wrench, but you don't really want to use the Stiltson on brass fitting. You might get carried away and break it. So if you have a crescent wrench, use the smallest one you can find that'll fit on it, and just be careful not to overdo it. You could damage it. I should mention one thing you can do. This crescent wrench is a little bit larger than I wanted to use in the ball valve, but what I am going to do is, rather than grab it way out on the end, I'll probably move my hand in so I'll feel the tension sooner, okay? Because I really want to be careful not to damage that brass ball valve. Okay, before I put my final tweak on my tightness here, I put a dry piece of pipe in, and I'm going to put a level on that. I want to make that level. So I want to be careful. I want things to look good and be straight. And I just put my level on there, and we're good. We're good to go. So I think I'm going to call it a day. Lazy July 4th so far. Got a little rain, it looks like, coming in. Getting dark. So I think I better quit while I'm ahead. Hopefully the skies will clear before fireworks tonight. So let's quickly review what we did today. Today's project was to do the hard gas piping on the generator side of the gas line. To do so with this Generac, I had to unlock the cover locks on both ends, lifted the cover, removed the front cover plate and the end cover plate, and then I picked all my tools up and put everything away like a good boy. But after I opened up the generator, I got all of my assorted parts and piping out, and I did a dry fit just to see how I hoped everything would lay its way out. And then, as discussed earlier, this is a flex line, okay? So what I needed to do was to put a half slotted support strut in the ground. That's a 10-footer. I drove it in hard. You can see what my sledgehammer did to the top. It's very well in place, and it'll get more and more solid as I get to my backfill eventually on this project. And as I mentioned, I will be chopping this off, cutting this off somewhere above the piping, so all this will be gone. So I'm piped all the way out. I think everything looks good. So the next piece of this project, oh, here comes the rain. I better talk quick. I'm glad I stopped for the day. The next piece of this project will be to put my risers, my gas risers, in at both ends. Those are those nice sweeping 30-inch gas risers. I will connect those to my flexible gas line, my Flex, and I'll pressure test those. And if the pressure test comes out good, then I will connect to this end and up to the meter end. So anyways, thanks an awful lot for spending part of your 4th of July with me as I work my way through doing the hard piping on the generator side of a gas line. Happy 4th.